Hey guys. So I'm up doing ridiculously AF early morning readings that I'm just like called to do right now and not allowed to sleep until I'm done. These are kind of more for random signs. This will be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. As always, the readings are general, they're for the collective. So only take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Remember that there is no gender in tarot. If I pull a queen, I could still be talking about a guy. If you need to book a private personal reading, all that information is in the description below, as well as the pin section of the comments. I've also linked a friend's channel there if you want to check her out. She's awesome. So your overall energy here is the Seven of Pentacles. A Queen of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, Death, the Three of Swords, Ace of Swords, the Six of Wands, and Three of Pentacles. So I feel like the Capricorn that I'm looking at here kind of has two different personalities, not like as in a personality disorder. What I mean is, this could be a disorder, but there is a part of you that is a very fiery energy, and this energy may feel very good to be in, but this is a very impulsive energy, and I feel like you don't spend money wisely in this energy. It's very money oriented. The problem with it is, anyway, the flip side of you is this side that actually works really hard to earn this money. So, I don't know if you have like a psychological pattern here, because I feel like there's this real desire to kind of look into what the F is happening here, because what I'm seeing here is kind of like, I don't know, I would say manic and then depressed. And for some of you, the Queen of Wands, she comes around when you're triggered by a certain type of energy. If it's, if there was a death that you really haven't like healed from in your life, a literal death, like the passing of someone that you loved, you have really emotionally avoided that. And so when it's around those times, you may be sort of triggered more into like these, high-end, almost like manic type of episodes here, where I feel like you're no longer yourself, if that makes sense. It's like you're, bad decision making, good decision making, two very different people. And basically it's like, even though the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles are the same person, the Queen of Wands is consistently betraying the Queen of Pentacles, if that makes sense. It's like that, Yeah, it's like it's not literally being two different people. It's just kind of like being in two very different states of mind, and specifically around the trigger. And this doesn't, this didn't have to be a literal death. This could be, like if someone has like some past trauma around like abandonment, and then a relationship ends, it may sort of trigger you into that Queen of Wands energy where it's like, I want to go out, I want to have fun, I'm going to have a good time. And kind of when you come back down from that, you realize you kind of spent more than you actually had. Where the regular you is like saving money and consistent and works really hard. So it's sort of like having those two sides of yourself. One is very stable, and the other is completely not stable, but definitely the more fun side of you. Now, I feel like the problem here is trying to figure out how do you conquer this, because I feel like it destroys a lot of things here. Um, it may be even hard for you to understand. It's kind of like, I don't understand. Somehow my ego steps in. It's like you're being really honest with yourself. It's not like this isn't, I'm not telling somebody something about themselves they don't already know. They know who they are, that they have these two very different sides. And it's like they really would like to kill the one bitch because she keeps messing with their bank account. But there's also some type of creativity and passion in that side that perhaps the Queen of Pentacles can't just tap into without sort of being in that heightened, almost egotistical state. So what I do see is someone who's enlightened, and it's sort of like I have to integrate these parts of myself. It's like I would like to be able to tap into the Queen of Wands energy without the impulsivity. So it's really trying to like learn the two different parts of yourself, maybe like learn your pattern, and you're recognizing here a pattern that around very specific events that involve endings and heartbreak, you tend to become not yourself. And yet that self maybe is in your opinion, your best self, because it's very like creative and passionate, and like, ready to take action. It's that fire that you generally feel like you're lacking in life. So I kind of like this because it's not like you're like fighting it. It is a very kind of, bipolar like energy, but if that's the literal case, you're doing what someone in that position would do. It's like, how do I integrate the two parts of myself and not make it in a manner where it's destroying my life or sabotaging me? Now, when we look at this kind of the opposite way, it's like, well, maybe you need to work together with your ego. You know, because I feel like it's the feeling of the Queen of Wands that you love. It's not the the actual like Queen of Wands energy that you want to be in all of the time. In order to do that, you would have to get really, really honest with yourself, with whatever this trigger is and the events surrounding it, instead of avoiding it. Um, because specifically, whatever the situation is, that truth is too deep. But I feel like the Queen of Wands, that's where she lies. Either way, it's like your system is tired of the Queen of Wands shit. It's ready to go to war with her. Um, I feel like you're actually really ready to invest some time and energy. Another thing that I could be seeing here is that if somebody is recognizing sort of that they have this like other person, this like different, almost like an alter ego that they kind of go into at certain time periods, and it is surrounding something very deep. And if you can't figure it out on your own, sometimes the Queen of Pentacles is a therapist, you know and especially if you really do kind of switch off. If most of the time you're just in this Queen of Pentacles energy, you're chilling, you're minding your business, you're down to earth, you're totally in touch with reality, you go to work every day, you pay all of your bills, like, and every once in a while you just flip into this Queen of Wands. Yeah, that's not normal behavior, and sometimes we just need a therapist. It's like, I'm not going to be able to integrate this on my own. I obviously I have not conquered that yet. Maybe it's time to get help. Or maybe this is the divine telling you that you can't conquer this on your own and that you do need some kind of help here. That it's, beyond, like self-control. It's, it might not be something that you can fix completely alone. You may just need some support here. And that, working together as a team with this person to kind of get rid of this, well, not get rid of it, but, integrate that part into ourselves in a manner where we actually do clear out that pain and kind of like release that terrible, terrible, despairing feeling that we are trying to avoid here. Because let's make it clear, that's what it is. But yeah, I feel like you unlocked your pattern, and you're like, when it's breakups, or any time in my life that I've been, maybe let go of from a job, or it's right around the time of, my dad's birthday, things like that. It's like it's starting to click that this is more like triggered, and that there is a pattern there that you can't deny. Very interesting. Okay. That's what I have for you guys. I'll see you soon.